Shalom. Shalom. Say something real quick.
Shalom.
It's real low. Hold on. Oh, wait. Say something again.
Shalom. Shalom.
Okay,
Good.
yeah. It was on my end. Yeah, I can hear you. Come on.
Swords out.
Yeah.
Swords and things.
I'm trying to figure out what chapter I really want to go over. Yesterday we read First Maccabees 4.
You know better than me.
I'm trying to see right now.
It's the dedication.
Man, chapter 7 might be the move.
Come on.
Yeah, chapter 7. Chapter 7 might be the play. I ain't gonna lie to you. What it's looking like? Who all in the chat? Judah, Israel, Yasharala, Shalom, Tazia,
Shalom.
Alaya, Alaya. What is that? What does that mean, King? Alaya. It almost sounds like power with God. Tell me what that means, Khan. What's your name mean, King? Alaya. Alaya. We got our mind here. Shalom, mama. Shalom.
Shalom.
Yash. I don't know how to pronounce this one. You got me right there, but Shalom, King. Shalom. That's a new face, bro. That's a new face. Shalom, bro. Tell me how long you been watching SOJ and how long you been in the truth. Yasha Shqua. Shaqua. Yeah, tell me how long you been watching us and how long you been in the truth. Yeah. Sarai. We got Sarai in here. Shalom.
Shalom.
We got said Israel Abaya.
Shalom.
Okay. Aliyah is Elijah. God is my power.
Okay.
What did I say? Power with God?
Yeah, he was on point. Through the spirit.
Through the spirit. Khan all praise me. Jasmine, Judah, Shalom. Act like a new face too. Possibly.
Shalom.
Okay, Judah, you've been around since 2017. All praises. The virtuous woman got a quick question. She said, I come from a Pentecost background. So can y'all tell me what Shalom means? So the root word of Shalom is Shalom, which is peace. Shalom means peace unto you. It's like a greeting. It's usually what we say just for a greeting. Whenever we leaving or a greeting, like a departure word or a greeting word.
Yeah.
Brother been in the
Yeah.
years for I said brother been in the years. Brother's been in the truth for 7 years. All praise to the most high, man. All
Mm.
praises. Oh. So Jasmine Judah, your husband is Tazia?
Oh,
If that's true, all praise to the most high, man.
mm.
Brother's waxing mighty.
That's a mighty brother.
Yeah. Khan, all praise to the most high, man. But we should start doing I got a lot of ideas all of a sudden when I get on here. On another day, I don't know what if brothers got cash apps. I only got cash app. I would like to do a Q&A, and whoever get the question or answer my question the quickest in the chat, I'm gonna have to start cash apping brothers. Yeah, that'd be fun, bro. Say it wouldn't. I think brothers would be excited about that. Bacteria forever. Is that what's going on? Been learning about this for like a year. Still have a few things to sort out. Kind. Dang, Ahmad is definitely she on y'all bumper, man. As y'all come in here, it don't cost you no money, man. Hit the like button. YouTube already be playing with the algorithm. As y'all can see, we got like over 10,000 subscribers, but um, a lot of people will report that they don't get the notification whenever we go live no more. Just the videos, man. It's not really in the algorithm like that, and that's not on accident. They do that on purpose. So, in order to get the truth out there a little bit more efficiently, man, hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button, man. So, if y'all haven't read First Maccabees chapter 7, man, that's what we're gonna read tonight, and it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. I'm gonna read it in the GNT for the most part. And I mean, y'all gotta check out this website that I be using. I appreciate it, especially if you're hard of understanding the KJV. Hey, yeah. So he said, Akim, how do I get y'all's PSN or gamer tag so we can hop on the game? Because I accept the challenge on whatever. On whatever. So right now, I really haven't been playing my PlayStation. I've been on PC. So we just had to make sure the game is crossplay. I haven't really even bought no actual games on my PC. So I've been playing a lot of free games. Like it's a game called Smite. It's really a nerd game. I really be on there with Aharon, Officer Aharon. I play a little bit of Overwatch. That's another free game I like. What else I'm playing? I've been playing. I played a little bit of Warzone yesterday, and that's crossplay. But a lot of the older games, I haven't really just played nothing else like that here recently. But Aharon got a P5, so he got a PSN. That's a few of the other brothers, like Kazak from the Bay. He not in the chat right now, but Kazak, he a brother with a beautiful spirit. We be playing Overwatch sometimes and Call of Duty. Um, man, you just gotta tap in. Add me on Facebook or follow me on Instagram. On Facebook, it's Mahar Rakah. And then on Instagram, it's Mahar_Rakah. Easy to find. And tell me that it's Ak Alaya. So I know what it is. Yeah, I used to be on Fortnite a few years back, bro, but I got off of that. Man, it's been so long since I've been on there. It's been so long. Bro. Like I wouldn't be. You wouldn't want to play that game with me, bro. I wouldn't be good for nothing. I used to be kind of nice with it though. I ain't gonna lie to you. I drug. So you know how to spell it. Hey man, everybody, man, if y'all got what's it called? Instagram, man, add me on there. Or follow me on there, I should say. Or Facebook, you know. You know. You know. Let's see. All praises, man. We finna get it in a little bit tonight. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. The video of an Edomite begging to be with us. You think it was the 4th of July, 2021. I don't even remember. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's one thing about me. My memory is shot. The only thing my memory is not shot. No, I gotta stop saying it. It's not shot. It's just it take a minute for me to remember certain stuff. But if it's like scriptures, I'm good at remembering those. Just like I had to make room for precepts, so I kind of just deleted other stuff out of my memory so I can make room, clear up some space. I'm gonna have to go check it out though, so I can see what I was doing, if it was good, see if I can keep doing it. Yeah, what's everybody Instagram, huh? Let's get it going. Yeah, my IG is on the thing on the live. I'm finna get it going though. Malachi thing dropped off. I don't know if it was on purpose or accident. Sheesh. All right, let me start making my way. First and foremost, we're gonna give all praises, all honor, and all glory to the Most High God, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Hamashiach, Yahweh Shah. Man, we're gonna get into this right here. Man, besides the madness and ads, like on the sides and stuff, this is a useful tool. This the little symbol right here, Bible study tools. If you type in like GNT Apocrypha, this usually pops up every time. It's a useful tool. Of course, they got the GNT with the Apocrypha. Of course, they got the KJV with the Apocrypha. They got a few other translations, like the Septuagint, the Common English Bible with the Apocrypha, Revised Standard Version. Me, really though, I like the GNT. GNT is pretty good. But sometimes, that Old English and the KJV, sometimes it's kind of tough. Sometimes it's kind of tough. So this is another tool just to help you read, help you get understanding. Like if it's a scripture that I can't understand what it's saying in the KJV, I'll go to the GNT. Meditate on it. And then once you're reading the GNT, usually when you go back to the KJV, like and compare it right then in that moment, it'll make a little bit more sense in the KJV. But off tops, the KJV is what I'm really it's my authoritative text for the most part. That's what I'm usually going into. When we do teachings, we usually going into the KJV. All right, let's see what's going on. She said, "Can I rent a non-Israelite? I know we are supposed to be holy and separate. Rent, as in they work for you. According to the law, you can do more than rent. You can own them." Yeah, Leviticus 25. Let's check it out. You can definitely own. You can do more than rent. If I understand your question better. I understand your question. It's probably Malachi right there. Rent to a non-Israelite. Yeah, I don't think that's forbidden in the law. I haven't seen no law against that. Like if you own a house or an apartment complex, yes, I believe that you can rent to them. Yeah, yeah. Is that what you're talking about, Ama? Like a house? Mm-hmm. Yeah, a house. Yeah. From what I know, you can rent to a non-Israelite. Okay. When you said rent a non-Israelite, my mind went straight to chains. I'm like, you do more than that. You do more than that. But yeah, I don't think it's forbidden in the law. I don't know a law that says that you cannot rent to a heathen. You know, you can charge them as much as you want. You know, and then for your brothers and sisters, you can, be more lenient. With the heathens, you don't got to be lenient. You know, you can charge them more. You can you can tax them because you can and the law tells you can't you got to be fair with your brothers. That's why we don't charge interest like if you loaning them money, but you can charge as much interest as you want when it comes to a Gentile. So yeah, from what I know, you can most definitely rent out a house to a heathen. And if you got multiple, I mean, if you got one, try and get it to Israelite. But if it's not feasible in the moment, ain't no Israelites around in the moment, do your thing. Hey, better, man.
What's that you in, Art?
I'm in Leviticus 25.
I'm over here looking at Exodus 21.
Yeah, I want to get the part where it tells you can rule over the heathens with. Oh, this is actually good where I'm at. So it's kind of going into the poor. So Leviticus 25:35. And if thy brother be waxen poor and fallen in decay with thee, then thou shalt relieve him. So you got to help him. It says, yea, though he be a stranger or a sojourner, that he may live with thee. So if an Israelite brother from like a different city, a different town, a different region, I mean, you still got to help him out. That's still your brother. It says, but don't take no usury of him. Usury is interest. It says, don't take no interest from him or increase, but fear thy God that thy brother may live with thee. It says, thou shalt not give him thy money upon usury, nor lend him thy victuals for increase. So basically, you can't be deceitful with your brother. You know, you can't sell him something that's only worth 50 and charge him 75. You know, so you can't lend him thy victuals for increase. Like you can't get over on your brother. It says, I am the Lord your God, which brought you forth out of the land of Egypt, to give you the land of Canaan, and to be your God. And if thy brother that dwelleth by thee be waxen poor, and be sold unto thee, thou shalt not compel him to serve as a bondservant. So a lot of times you'll see this, like if a brother falls in hard times, he ends up having to sell himself to his brother. He ended up having to rent himself to his brother. He ended up having to be a servant, for X amount of years, and on the seventh year he'll be free. That's how we did it in the nation of Israel. It says, but you can't compel him to serve as a bond servant, right? So a
Con,
bond servant is different from just a servant. A bond
mm-hmm.
servant is someone you actually own for his life. You own him, his children, his children's children. So you can't make your brother, you can't compel or try and persuade your brother to be your bond servant. He's supposed to only work for you for 6 years, and on the seventh he goes free. Right? You can't try and get him to be your servant forever. It says, but as a hired servant and as a sojourner, he shall be with thee and shall save thee unto the year of Jubilee. So the Jubilee is the seventh year. It says, and then shall he depart from thee, both he and his children with him. So if he's a regular servant, a hired servant, he can take his children with him under certain circumstances, right? Because when you read Exodus 21, which Malachi is holding, I'll go there real quick so everybody can see it. So this is Exodus 21 and 1. It says, now these are the judgments which thou shalt set before them. If thou buy an Hebrew servant, 6 years shall he serve, and in the seventh shall he go out free for nothing. So he'll serve you for 6 years, and on the seventh he shall go out free. It says, if he came in by himself, he shall go out by himself. If he were married, then his wife shall go out with him. So whatever he came in with, he gets to go out with that. But if he came in by himself, that's what it is. He leaves by himself. It says, but if his master given him a wife, and she have borne him sons or daughters, the wife and the children shall be her masters, and he shall go out by himself. So sometimes you have arranged marriages on this matter. Say a man works for you for, 3 years, and then you end up giving him a wife. They end up having children. Look, he's free to go out on a jubilee, but he still possesses the wife and the children. So he can leave if he want to, but according to the Mosaic law, he's the property of the woman, and any fruit that comes from that woman, even children, belongs to the master according to the Mosaic law. It says, "And the servant," it says, "and if the servant shall plainly say," so if this man that works for him for 6 years, if he plainly says, "Look, I love my master, I love my family, I love my wife and my children, I'm not going to leave. I don't want to leave. I love my family." It says, "Then his master shall bring him into the judges. He shall also bring him to the door of the post. And the master shall bore his ear through with an awl, and he shall serve him forever." So on this account, a brother can actually become your bond servant. But mind you, you can't persuade this guy to do this. You can't manipulate him. You can't try and put it in his ear. You can't compel him to do that. That's off. Because you're not supposed to want to own your brother. You want your brother to be, his own boss. You want him to have his own family, his own foundation. But if the circumstances was to happen like this, it is okay if he shall plainly say, I love being your servant. I don't mind working for you for the rest of my life. That's what I wanted in there. So I'm gonna swing back to the Leviticus. Okay, so I was around here. It says, "But as an hired servant and as a sojourner, he shall be with thee until he serve unto the year of Jubilee." All right, so it's echoing the same thing we read in Exodus 21. Now, verse 41, it says, "And then shall he depart from thee, both he and his children with him, and shall return unto his own family, and unto the possession of his father shall he return." So if he came in that thing with family, with a wife, with children, then he can leave with them, right? It says, "For they are my servants, which I brought forth out of the land of Egypt. They shall not be sold as bondmen." So you're not supposed to want to make your brother a slave. That should be easy to be understood. But our nation, the children of Israel, they actually had a problem with this. they wasn't letting the men go on the year of Jubilee, on the 7th year. It says, thou shalt not rule over him with rigor, but thou shalt fear thy God. So this is how we're supposed to do with our brothers. We're not supposed to rule over our brothers with rigor, right? Now, I'm going to actually go into this word rigor right here so y'all can understand it. Rigor says harshly, severity, cruelly. So you're not supposed to be cruel with your brother whenever he's serving you. You know, you can't do that. Can't treat your brother like crap. Simple enough, right? Real simple stuff. It says, both thy bondmen and thy bondmaids which thou shalt have shall be of the heathen that are round about you. Of them shall ye buy bondmen and bondmaids. So the bondmen, the slave men, not the servants, not the servants who serve you for 6 years. No, the bondmen, the bondmaids, the ones who are entitled to serve you for their whole life, and then their children's children. They're supposed to be the heathen, not your brothers. That's the heathen's job to serve you for forever and ever and ever, right? Not your brothers. It says, moreover, of the children of the strangers that do sojourn among you, of them shall ye buy, and of their families that are with you, which they begat in your land, they shall be your possessions. So we had different nations among us in the lands that we possess, right? We had servants, we had bondmaids, bondmaidens, and they worked for us their entire life, you know, and that's just how it went. That was a normal thing in the ancient world. That was a normal thing. It says, and ye shall take them as an inheritance for your children after you, to inherit them for a possession. They shall be your bondmen forever. But over your brethren, the children of Israel, ye shall not rule one over another with rigor. So with the heathens, hey, when you die, just how you would pass an inheritance to your children, and you might give them some land, you might pass on the business, you might give them the LLCs, you might give them half of the franchise and give the other son half the franchise, whatever the case may be. Or if it's just a lump sum of money, just how you would give that inheritance to your son. This is how you would do it with a bondman or a bondmaiden. You can pass them to your children in your death because they are your property, they're your possessions. All right, so that's kind of what I want to go into. Malachi, did you have a point you wanted to make? Okay, kind. Yeah, man. If you can't find the Israelite, shoot, man. I know you don't want to just have the house sitting there. It's not making you no money. It's not benefiting you. From what I know, mind you, I'm not the best or the strongest brother in the law. But from what I know, I believe that is completely lawful. From what I know. Yeah, you can charge them whatever you want. Hey, whatever you want. The house worth $800 a month. Look, man, do what you want. That's how they do us.
It's only right to hit them over the head.
Hit them on the head, man. Double it. 1,500, 1,400, 1,600. What? You don't want it? Hey, what you say? I Frank deals. Frank deals.
You either want it or you don't. Let me know now.
Okay. All praises to the Most High, man. Hey, the Most High blessing you to actually have a property to where you can rent it out in this captivity. That's a beautiful thing. Because a lot of our brothers don't got that. A lot of our people don't got that. So, hey, that's definitely favor with the Most High God. You might be doing something right. All praises. All praises. You deserve every blessing that you get. Hey, so now let's dive into this first Maccabees 7. We in the GNT, so a lot of it is going to be understandable. we stop, here and there to give information or to talk about a certain situation. Or if it's a question that y'all have, I'll answer it if I actually have the answer. If not, um, I'll plainly say that. Ain't no shame in that. So first Maccabee 7:1. In the year 151, Demetrius, son of Seleucus, left Rome and with a few men landed at the town of the Mediterranean coast where he proclaimed himself king. So Demetrius, he was trying to proclaim himself as the king. It says, and you'll get a lot of this in this time. You got everyone trying to be the king, over this territory, over this. It's a lot of undermining, a lot of treachery, a lot of backstabbing, just a lot of madness going on. It says, as he was making his way to the royal palace of his ancestors, the soldiers arrested Antiochus V and Lysias, planning to take them to Demetrius. So Antiochus V is the son of Antiochus IV. Now, y'all, if y'all been watching, keeping up with the series and the breakdowns, y'all know who Antiochus IV is. It's the man who destroyed our temple, stole the gold, the altar, defiled it. He was hanging babies and infants. He was killing the mothers if they was getting their sons circumcised. He was the one who the Most High God played with an invisible and incurable disease, right? So this is his son, Antiochus V. It says when Demetrius heard about it, he said, I don't want to see them. So Demetrius wasn't really dealing with them. It says, so the soldiers killed them and Demetrius took the throne. So, he smoked the competition because Antiochus the fourth, not the fifth, he was the king. So the next king up, should have been Antiochus the fifth. But, Demetrius knocked them off. It says, then all the godless traitorous Jews led by alchemists who wanted to be high priests went to Demetrius. So this brother right here, alchemist, a nasty, look how the scriptures define him. He was a traitor. He was a coon. He was a snake. He was a rat. And he was persecuting his own people because he wanted to be the high priest. He was wicked. So he went to Demetrius. It says they brought accusations against the other Jews and said, Judas and his brothers have killed everybody who supported you, and they have driven us out of the country, which was not true. This right here was a lie. So this was a accusation that he made against Judas and his brothers, but it wasn't the truth, right? It says, this is what he said. We advise you to send someone whom you can trust to go and inspect all the damage done to our property and the king's territory, and to punish Judas, his brothers, and all who supported them. So he was trying to get in the king's head and say, go check out the territory for yourself. Look at what, this, that, and the third. Send somebody you can trust. You should probably kill Judas because that's what he really wanted. He wanted Judas and them killed, right? He was a traitor. He wanted to kill the Israelites so he could be high priest, so he could have more power. It says King Demetrius chose one of his advisors, a man by the name of Bacchides. So y'all gonna hear Bacchides, a good amount. That's one of his advisors. That's one of King Demetrius' advisors, Bacchides. It says, who was the governor of Greater Syria. He was an important man in the empire and loyal to the king. So Bacchides was the governor of Syria. It says, he was sent along with the godless alchemists whom the king had appointed high priests. Alchemist had orders to take revenge on the Jews. So Alchemist got exactly what he wanted. He wanted to be a snake. He wanted to be a rat. He got exactly what he wanted. He ended up being a high priest, according to Demetrius, a nasty king. And he went with Bacchides, the governor of Syria. So let's keep reading. It says they left Antioch and arrived in Judea with a large army. It says Bacchides tried to trick Judas and his brothers by sending to them messengers with offers of peace. So look at how crafty they already coming. They departed out of Antioch. So check this out. There's two Antiochs. It's two Antiochs. Right? Because it was a church of Antioch, right, in the New Testament. And like Asia Minor, or what we know as Turkey. But then you got this one. You got this Antioch in Syria. You know, they was going south. South is down, north is up. So they left Antioch and they went south so they could get to Jerusalem. Right, this is a better one. So they left Antioch and they start moving south to come down here. You see this little, like, this is perfect. So they got this Antioch in Syria, and then they got this Antioch over here in Turkey. So this is where the church of Antioch was. When you read these letters, I actually want to show y'all that. Antioch, Asia. That's what I want right here. It's good to understand these kind of things right here. So you got Antioch right here. It's in Galatia. It's in a region or province of Galatia. Mind you, we got a book called Galatians. So this is who he was writing to, the people that was in Iconium, Derbe, Antioch, and they was all Israelites over there. Look, you got Tarsus right here. This was an important place. Tarsus. Paul was actually born in Tarsus. Cappadocia, you'll see this in the New Testament. You'll see Asia, you'll see Philadelphia, Pamphylia, Lystra, Cilicia, Cilicia, however you want to pronounce it. You got the Church of Colossus, because we got a book called, or a church, the Church of Colossus, and it's a letter written to them, and it's called Colossians, the letter to the Colossians. Right. What else we got? Smyrna, you'll see that, and then you got Ephesus. Ephesus is important. We got a letter written by Paul to the Ephesians, right? So it's good to familiarize yourself with these different regions, these different cities. It helps out. It really helps out, right? I'm not expecting y'all to remember all of that. Shoot, I don't really remember where everything is at. So that's good for all of us. It's a refresher. We got Soji Die in here. Shalom, King. Shalom. We got Anthony Knox in the chat. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Shalom. All praises to the Most High. So, where was I at? First Maccabees. I want this one in the GNT. So they left Antioch, and they was pulling up in Judea with a large army. Bacchides, he came with some trickery. He was trying to get Judas to fall for his trap, and he came in there with offers of peace. It says, but when Judas and his brothers saw what a large army they had brought, they did not believe what the messenger said. So Judas not a fool. He said, nah, this don't feel right. It seemed like a setup, right? Anytime you trust your enemy, they're gonna backdoor you. It says a group of teachers of the law came to Alchemists and Bacchides asking for justice. So you had a group of teachers, some brothers who was wise in the law. They came to Alchemists and Bacchides, and they was asking for justice, right? They asking for justice. I want to see how that's worded in this case. Okay, they was trying to ask for justice. Let's see what happened, though. Let's see what happened. Mind you, why would you go to Alchemists for justice when Alchemist is a traitor? So let's see how this went. It says these devout and patriotic men were the first of the Jews to try and make peace with Alchemists and Bacchides. So these devout men, they were the first men to try and make peace with Alchemists and Bacchides. It says they trusted Alchemists, who was a high priest descended from Aaron, and they thought he would not cause them any harm. So they knew who Alchemist was. They knew he came from the right lineage. They knew he was actually, he could have actually been named a priest. So they kind of trusted him based off the strength. It says Alchemist assured them of his peaceful intentions and solemnly promised that no harm would come to them or their friends. But as soon as they began to trust him, he arrested 60 of them and put them all to death on the same day, as the scripture says. It says, the blood of your faithful people was poured out. Their bodies were scattered around Jerusalem, and there was no one left to bury the dead. So as soon as they trusted Alchemist, the traitor, he got him arrested and he killed them on the same day. And then it says, as the scripture says, and I believe that's in the book of Psalms. Aharon usually got that precept for me, so I gotta go get it. Chapter 7, verse 17. Psalm 79 and 2. That's what he quoted. I gotta go see for myself though. Psalms 79. Yeah, the dead bodies of thy servants have they given to be meat to the fowls of heaven, the flesh of thy saints. And verse 3 is the point. Their blood have they shed like water round about Jerusalem, and there was none to bury them. Right? So they kind of quoted that precept. They said it was fulfilled. That's crazy. That's hot though. In the book of Maccabees, you got them quoting the book of Psalms. That's hot. It says, when this happened, all the people were afraid of alchemists and Bacchides, and they said, they don't know what truth or justice means. They have gave them their solemn word and then broke it. So that's what the Israelites were saying. They don't know what justice or truth is, man. A big part of our culture was being true to your word. Like if you make an oath or a promise, it's important. You gave your word, right? It tells you all throughout the Bible how important oaths and promises is. It's better for you not to make an oath than to make an oath and break it, right? Ecclesiastes 5. I think Ecclesiastes 7 say, let's just grab it. Let's get it. It says a good name is better than precious ointment, and the day of death than the day of one's birth. So the main part I wanted to harp on, it says a good name is better than precious ointment. And the way that you have a good name is by being a man who's faithful to his word. So let's get this other one in Ecclesiastes 5. Ecclesiastes 5 and 4, it says, when thou vowest a vow unto God, defer not to pay it. For you have no pleasure in fools. Pay that which thou hast vowed. So this is how the Most High getting down. He said, nigga, you got to pay what you owe. If you make a vow, make sure you make it good. He said he don't have no pleasure in fools. People who say they're going to do stuff and don't do it. Look at this. Better is it that thou shouldest not vow than that thou shouldest vow and not pay. So if you don't think you can make good on a vow or a promise, don't even mention it. Don't even say you promise, don't make no vows. That's why a lot of times you hear brothers saying, I'm going to do this tomorrow, Lord willing. Can you pick me up tomorrow from work? Yes, Lord willing. Because you never know what can happen. What if you catch a flat tire? What if something else happened that's more important? An emergency. So you never know. You can have perfect intentions, but not be able to get it done. So sometimes it's better just to be on the safe side and not make a vow. It says, suffer not thy mouth to cause thy flesh to sin. Neither say thou before the angel that it was an error. So the Most High God not dealing with that, man. He's not dealing with that at all. He said, don't let your mouth get your flesh into sin. Breaking the promise is going off. It says, and don't even try and say to the angel that it was a mistake. It was an error. It says, wherefore should God be angry at thy voice and destroy the work of thine hands? So you can just see how serious it is, especially making a promise to men is serious. Making a promise and an oath to God, very, 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 very serious stuff. When you make a promise, there's an angel right there recording your promise and what you say, and he taking it back to the Most High God. See that? Neither say thou before the angel that it was an error or that it was an error or a mistake. So you got to take those things as serious as God do. Because I used to make promises in the world all the time. I used to be the guy who used to be like, on God, bro, on everything. I used to always say that. I used to always say that. I'm gonna grab another precept that mighty officer Dahuam showed me. Swear by the highest. See if I can get it. It should be Hebrews 4, Hebrews 6. Dang it. Man, I feel like I can find it though. Okay, it's not 4. Bear with me. I actually want to find this, man. I don't think it's 5. I think it's 6. Like 6 and 16 or something. Let's see. Okay, not swear by the highest, swear by the greater. It says, for men verily swear by the greater, and an oath for confirmation is to them an end of all strife. So a lot of people swear or make oaths or promises by the greater. The greater is the Most High God. I swear on God, I promise. And they said, why do they do that? It says an oath for confirmation is to them an end of all strife. So let's say you got a strife going on. Let's say me and Malachi, we having a problem. It's kind of getting hot. Emotions and spirits is kind of flying around. I'm making points and he making points. And then I say, on God. That's the end of all strife. That's supposed to kill everything. I promise you. The Most High God be my witness. On God. Nigga, I'm not playing. That's the same thing brothers was doing in the ancient world. They would make an oath for confirmation so it could end the strife. But we not really we don't got to do that. Let your yays be yays and your nays be nays. Con. Brothers is funny. That's really how we be getting down. So let's keep going, man. Let's keep going. Let's see what else happened. So real quick though, don't be alchemist, man. Don't be alchemist. That brother was a snake. It says Bacchus left Jerusalem and set up his headquarters at Bethzaith. He ordered the arrest of some of the faithful Jews and even many of the renegades who had willingly joined them. He had them killed and thrown into a deep pit. So he wanted to kill them. He wanted to arrest and kill them faithful Jews, right? It says Bacchus, and he actually got some of the men who willingly went to them. It says Bacchus put the country under the control of alchemists, left troops there to help him, and returned to the king. So Bacchus, that's the governor over Syria. He kind of the big bro. He in authority. He got a lot of rank. It says he left the country and put Alchemist, the wicked guy, in control, and he just left some troops to help him, maintain order so he can go back up to Syria and do his thing. It says Alchemist then begin his struggle to establish himself as a high priest. So he started trying to become who he wanted to be. It says every troublemaker in the country joined him. They gained control of the land of Judea and caused great difficulties for the Jews. Great difficulty for the Jews. So you got all of these troublemakers, all of these knuckleheads, brothers who they don't have a solid foundation. They just getting caught up in the world. They getting caught up in his little um what do you call it whenever you got a brother like running for governor? His campaign. Say it again.
Campaigning.
Campaign. Like you got everybody, joining his campaign, getting the thing going, and they was just causing mayhem in Judea. It says, now Judas, he saw that the trouble of Alchemists and his men it says Judas saw the trouble Alchemists and his men had caused, and was even worse than the damage done by the Gentiles. So what Alchemists had going, it was worse than when the Gentiles came in there. It was worse damage. It was mayhem, madness, chaos. It was out of order. It says, so he went around the whole country of Judea taking revenge on all the men who had willingly joined alchemists and preventing them from leaving the towns and going into the country. So Judas Maccabees, he crazy, bro. He was mighty. He started taking revenge. We know what that means. He started killing them. All of the brothers who was cooning out for alchemists, going against the law, statutes, and commandments that the Most High God commanded the children of Israel to do. You going against them, I'm finna kill you. You with alchemists, I'm killing you. And Judas Maccabees, his name hold weight. His name hold weight. So when you hear that Judas Maccabees is killing traitors, it's a little fear there. It says, when alchemists saw that Judas and his men were growing more powerful, you see that? It says, when alchemists saw that Judas,
Hey,
what'd you say?
they was shaking in their boots.
Shaking in their boots, bro. It wasn't going good. This isn't what he had in mind. It says, when alchemists saw that Judas and his men were growing more powerful, and when he realized that he would not be able to stand against them, he returned to the king and accused him of great crimes. So he a snake, and he a wussy. He a snake and a wussy, and he relying on the heathens he relying on their power for him to be powerful. The heathens, our enemies. Don't be like this guy. Don't be like this guy. All Judas is trying to do is keep things in order and establish the law so the Most High God can be happy with the children of Israel. Right? It says, then the king sent Nicanor, one of his most honored officers, who hated the Jews, and he had orders to exterminate all the Jews. So Nicanor, remember this man. Remember this guy. So Alchemist, he went up there with Bacchus left. It's just Alchemist, just chaos is going on in the land. Judas rising up to establish righteousness again. Then he sent Nicanor, an honored officer, and he had a legit hatred for the Israelites. And he put the right guy on a play. So I'm going to send Nicanor. He's going to do the job for me because he hates Israelites. So let's read about what Nicanor had going. It says, Nicanor came to Jerusalem with a big army. He tried to trick Judas and his brothers by sending peace offers. So he did the same thing that Bacchus did. They always come with deceitful words first. Edomites are very crafty. You cannot trust their words. You cannot trust them. Let's look at what he said. There need not be any quarrel between you and me. I will come to you with a small escort for a friendly private conversation. Now, it says, when he came to Judas, they exchanged polite greetings. Look at how fired Judas is. Look at how he's dealing with him. He exchanged a polite greeting. It says, but the whole time, Judas' enemies were ready to kidnap him. And you can probably feel the spirit. It feels kind of suspect. We know that you work for Demetrius. You one of his officers, but you just want to exchange friendly words. All right, we can talk and exchange the polite greetings. Whatever. Whatever. It says, But when Judas learned that Nicanor's visit was really a plot against him, he was afraid and decided not to meet him again. So, you know, it's actually in our DNA to just kind of be nice. Israelites are kind of gullible because they got a loving spirit on them. It's just we've been tortured by these Edomites for years and years. You can see it all throughout what we're dealing with now. Right now, we have plenty of our people, millions of our people still trust in Esau. After Esau is the reason you're on the bottom of the whole society. Esau is the reason why you haven't came back to the Most High God. He got you in Christianity. But we really have a loving and a a gentle spirit. But then he kind of got up on the information and he said, "Man, I could have lost my life. I'm not really gonna meet with him no more." It says Nicanor realized that his plan had been discovered, so he left Jerusalem to meet Judas in battle near, I can't say this word, Kafar Salama. Kafar Salama. So they was finna bang. It says about 500 of Nicanor's men were killed, and the rest of the army escaped to the fort in Jerusalem. They got out of there. Say it again.
I said on their ass.
On their ass, definitely. So they escaped and they went to a fort that was in Jerusalem. It says some time later, Nicanor went to Mount Zion. Some of the priests left the temple and along with some of the leaders of the people went to welcome him with words of peace and to show him the burnt offering that was being sacrificed on behalf of the king. So, you had some of the leaders, some of the priests, they came out and met with him, look at the sacrifice, this is for the king. We don't want no smoke. We just want peace. We just want to serve our God. We don't want no problems. It says, but he ridiculed them and made them ceremonially unclean by spitting on them. And he spoke very proudly. You see that act? That's Nicanor. Here we are, the priest meeting him. Now, the priest is like the closest thing to God out here. The priest, you're going to spit in the priest's face and make him unclean and speak proudly. That's nuts. For what? It's because he literally just hates them. He an Edomite and he hates Israelites. It says, and he angrily threatened them with an oath. Let's see what the oath say. Unless Judas and his army are surrendered to me immediately, I will burn this temple down as soon as I return after my victory. And he left in a rage. So his oath was, I promise you, if you don't tell him to surrender, I'm going to burn this temple down. This guy is really prideful. This is Nicanor. Mind you, you cannot forget who Nicanor is. It says the priest went into the courtyard and stood facing the altar in the temple. They started weeping and prayed. Lord, you chose this temple to bear your name and to be place of prayer and intercession for your people. Now take vengeance on this man and his army. Let them die in battle. Remember how they spoke evil of you. Let none of them survive. That's a powerful prayer right there. They just made a prayer that their enemies be utterly destroyed. So for all of y'all soft brothers, you got to look at these priests and look at how they got down. They prayed that the Most High God literally destroyed their enemies. It says Nicanor left Jerusalem and set up headquarters in Beth Horon, where the Syrian army joined him. Meanwhile, Judas set up camp at Adasa with 3,000 men. There, Judas prayed, Lord, the scriptures tell us that when a king sent messengers to insult you, your angel went out and killed 185,000 of his soldiers. That's what the scriptures say. That the Lord sent the angel to go kill all of our enemies, and that really happened. That really happened. Say it again.
What account they talking about? Are they talking about Nah, I don't think that's what they talking about. You know what account they talking about though?
I think it's in. I think it's. I might have to get my other apocrypha. Let me see if I got it wrote down. Sheesh. I don't got it wrote down.
I don't know. That's crazy though.
Because it's another account in Second Maccabees about Nicanor. I might have it wrote down in there. Mm. Sheesh.
Bro, they on bumpers, bro. They throwing up a mighty prayer.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know where the account is.
Verse,
Sad. I don't know where the account is, sadly.
I thought it was talking about I think it was Elijah. Like King sent somebody out to meet him and they got burnt up or something. But that might be off though.
I know that
Paraphrasing though.
one with
You know what
Elijah.
I'm talking about? Though?
I know that one with Elijah where he called fire down from heaven. That's what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he's talking about that one.
Cause now then he called fire down a few times, right?
Bro, I almost want to say it's this account in Isaiah. I think it's two accounts actually. I think it's one in Isaiah. And Isaiah prophesied like in the time of King Hezekiah. And King Hezekiah was making war against the Assyrians. And I think it was like Second Kings, like maybe like 18-ish.
That's what I think
Oh,
it's like in Kings or Chronicles or something.
yeah, like I want to say Isaiah 30, bro, like 30-ish. I want to say, but it's so
But
so
whatever it is, it sound hot, man.
it definitely sounds hot. But it's tripping me up because it say 185,000 of his soldiers.
Man.
But I don't know if I got that. I know the account that I'm looking for where he made the sun go backwards. You know about that account?
I heard of it. I don't got it in
Okay,
the
I do got that
bag.
account. I believe. Let's. I'm gonna pull it up in this. I think I do got the account. Let's read it together, y'all. Let's read it together. Man, have y'all heard of the account where the Most High used the man, not Joshua? Joshua made the sun stay still, but in the time of Hezekiah, the sun went backwards. Time went backwards. Come on now, we out here. That's why Israelites, they the prince of power with God. They can make things like this happen. But all right, I think I got the account. Let's check it out. Let's see.
Yeah, get it, man.
This is good. Okay, hold on. Let me change the translation. Yikes. Okay. Verse. Yeah, this is it, King. Start at verse 33.
Uh, this Isaiah 37.
37 and 33, yeah.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 37 and verse 33, it say, and this is what the Lord had said about the Assyrian emperor. He will not enter this city or shoot a single arrow against it. No soldiers with shields will come near the city, and no siege mounds will be built around it. He will go back by the road he came. Without entering this city, I, the Lord, have spoken. I will defend this city and protect it for the sake of my own honor and because of the promise I made to my servant David. And the angel of the Lord went to the Syrian camp and killed 185,000 soldiers. At dawn the next day, there they lay, all dead. Uh,
That's hot, ain't it?
uh,
The
that's
angel popped up on him.
oh man.
That's a strange death, bro. You mean to tell me it don't even say angels? That's not plural, like that's singular.
That's all it took.
An angel is capable of killing 185,000 soldiers in one day. That's hot, bro. It says, and the Assyrian emperor Sennacherib withdrew and returned to Nineveh. It's actually some prophecies that go into this, man. I remember now when me and Aharon found out this stuff, we was shouting for joy. Look at this though. So I'm gonna start at verse. Let's see.
Bro, 185,000 soldiers, man.
That's a lot, bro. That's not a small number. Can you even picture? I wonder if we can get a picture. I'm gonna type in 100,000 soldiers. Let's see if we can get a picture of that many men. I want an overview.
Look at bottom left.
Bottom left, like this.
It's at the bottom corner of the screen. Yeah, that, bro. I know
That's a
that's
lot.
not nowhere near 100,000, but that's hella right there.
That is. Look at this one. Where'd it go? Where did it go? All right, I'm gonna mess with this one. That looks like 100,000, bro.
They like a ocean. They like a, bro. That's crazy. That's many people right there, bro.
That is like an ocean. Everybody got, a background, they own life, they own testimony, a story to tell, family, daughters, sons, what their fathers did to them, and just stories. The Most High don't care though. He sent one angel to come kill everybody, bro. The death
That's the
angel,
He does today, bro.
bro.
That's
Left
the
him out
185,000, man. Call like y'all.
185,000, bro. All right, so it's another precept I gotta grab, and I gotta remember where it's at. You know what? I got my Bible right here. This my sword right there. 78 and 49. 78. See, some precepts I don't remember, but I know this Bible so well, I can get to it. What? What are they doing? Oh, I didn't do it right. Let's see. This should get me there. 78 and 49. It says, he cast upon them the fierceness of his anger, wrath and indignation and trouble by sending evil angels among them. So the Most High God to send an evil angel, a death angel. He coming with bad stuff, with a sword. One angel went out there and killed 185,000 men. You know how hard it is to kill two men? But it tell you this in Psalms. Let me put Psalms 103 and 20, I think. Yeah. It says, bless the Lord, ye his angels that excel in strength, that do his commandments, hearkening unto the voice of his words. So it says that the angels, they excel in strength. The angels are mighty like that, where they can go in and kill almost 200,000 men. So just imagine what a host of angels can do.
Uh, just imagine what they gonna do. That's the real. That's the real shit.
What they gonna do. It's a precept. It's a a particular precept I'm looking for where it tell you he gonna come with like thousands of angels, a host of angels. But let's keep reading, man.
What
We got like 9 more verses. Let's get into it, man. Let's finish this out because we got to see what the Most High God does with Nicanor. It says, now in the same way, crush this army before us today, and let everyone know that Nicanor is being punished because he insulted your holy temple. Punish him as his wickedness deserved. So Judas immediately he thrown up a crazy prayer. The armies met in battle on the 13th day of the month of Adar, and Nicanor's army was defeated. Nicanor himself was the first to be killed in battle.
Yeah. Fuck
Bro, you
me.
see this, bro?
Fuck
You
that,
see
man.
this?
Yeah.
Bro, do you see this, though? Oh,
That's
my
how
goodness. It says that he was the first to die, bro. Bro, do you got our...
I can't imagine being that one who got him, boy. I can't imagine being that one who got him, boy.
You gonna turn up,
Oh, I'm coming for that nigga, bro.
bro? That's mighty. To catch him, to catch Nicanor, bro. Ooh, please tell me.
They back at the brothers back at the camp like, bro, I'm the one who caught him. I'm the one who caught him.
I got him, bro. Look, bro. Imagine strutting around with his head.
Bro, that's what I'm thinking about, bro.
He said he died first in battle. That's not how you want to go out, bro. When you leading a host in a battle, you're not supposed to be the first guy to die. You're just not. So yeah, that's how the most I getting down though.
Hey, I
So
know their heart was crushed when they seen he was the first one to die. I know their heart was hurt.
really though. Ooh. February, March. I kind of typed that in wrong. So I typed in the month of Adar. They saying, March. It says roughly corresponding to the month of March in the Gregorian calendar, you know. But we know, like, how do I explain this? Going into days, months, and years is different whenever you're going into it in the Gregorian calendar, like the calendar that's used in America. Um, Vice versa, the Hebraic calendar. We could go into a lot of things. I'm not the best brother to go into this, but just to simply say, just to give some simple information. I'm qualified to give simple information. I'm not qualified to go into it too deep because I just don't got it. So when you're going into the days of a month, like check this out. We'll go into February because it's so obvious. So February usually has like 29 days, but on like a leap year, it's 28 days or something like that. Look at this one. January 31 days, March 31 days, April 30 days, May 31, June 30, July 31, August 31, September 30. They got different days. It's not really a lot of consistency there in the months of the Gregorian calendar. But when you go by the Hebraic calendar, what's wrong with my thing, man? When you go into a Hebraic month, a biblical month is always 30 days according to the Bible. You got 30 days. You got 12 months, but each month have 30 days. And it's simple. So in a year, a Hebraic year, there's actually only 360 days. But in America, you got 365, 1 year. Then they got leap years. I actually want to read that. Leap year. Hey, tight. I want to look at that because it's been a minute since I looked at this. So let's look at the madness they got going. All right, so a leap year. It says a leap year is a calendar year that contains an additional day added to keep the calendar year synchronized with the astronomical year or seasonal year, because astronomical events and seasons do not repeat in a whole number of days. Calendar, you see, is already just getting crazy.
This is confusing already, man.
Oh yeah. So they gotta add a day every 4 years and then kind of throw some sauce on it. It says, for example, in the Gregorian calendar, each leap year has 366 days instead of 365. By extending February to 29 days rather than the common 28, these extra days occur in each year that is integer multiple of 4, except years evenly divisible by 100, but not by 400. The leap year of 366 days had 52 weeks and 2 days. Hence, the year following a leap year will start later by 2 days of the week. You see how it's already getting crazy. It's already getting crazy. It's already getting crazy. I can't really
Imagine
get it.
imagine you gotta teach this in school or something. Like, this is nonsense.
You got to
You
teach this
gotta
to kids.
you gotta to children, bro. I don't even get it. I never got leap year. I never understood that. Every year, you know how like you was just saying, 1 month is 30 days. 1 month, I don't even know which ones, bro. Like every month, I'll be like, is this
Yeah.
31? It's 30. What? It's nonsense, bro.
Yeah. Look at what they got right here. I don't know nothing about this. I haven't seen this in the Bible. The lunisolar Hebrew calendar, Adar. Mind you, that's the month that I just looked up. Adar. Adar. So this might be not the Hebrew Israelites, but the Ish people, small hats. Because I haven't seen the 13th month in the Bible. I don't know nothing about that. It could be some deeper stuff that I don't know, and I'm okay. I can leave it like that. I don't need to know the deep stuff. I just got to fear God and keep commandments. It says a 13th lunar month is added 7 times every 19 years to the 12 lunar months. So they're saying a 13th month is added 7 times every 19 years to the 12 lunar months. Why? To keep its calendar from drifting through the seasons. It says a leap day is added when needed to ensure that following year begins on the March equinox. Now, I heard of the equinox. I'm not really in tune with it. Like I said, I'm not really qualified. There's brothers out here that's really out here and can kind of navigate better with the times, but that's not my profession. I'm not really gifted in that. Some of our people was. I know it's deeper stuff that goes into that because the scriptures speak on it a little bit. Like it tell you like that it's in Chronicles like 15 or something. Oh yeah, the blue letter won't let me do half searches. I might have it, bro. See, now we kind of getting into some other stuff. I want to get it though. It might be Second Chronicles. No, it's First Chronicles 12 and 32. So I know it is stuff that is deeper meanings in the stars and understanding it because the scriptures tell you that. But a whole nother month, I don't know. I don't know. I ain't seen that one. So this is First Chronicles 12 and 32. And the children of Issachar, which were men that had understanding of the times, to know what Israel ought to do. The heads of them were 200, and all their brethren were at their commandment. So that's hot. I tell you that Issachar, they had understanding of the times. They had understanding of the times. Now you might say, well, why? How are you alluding that to, the stars? Well, when you read Genesis chapter 1 and 14 maybe? So this is Genesis 1 and 14. And God said, let there be lights in the firmament. Let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night. So the lights in the firmament that divides the day from the night, you got the sun, you got the moon, and you got the stars. It says, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years. So you can kind of tell what times we live in based off of the signs in the firmament. Like I said, the Issacharites, they had a better understanding of that. Even the Aztecs and the Mayans, let's go ahead and get it. Because I heard that Esau based his calendar off of this. Aztecs, sun, what is that called? Sun, I'm going to just put, I think it's a solar year.
You talking about the Mayan calendar?
Is it?
No, that's two different things, huh?
It might, I don't know. I just know that, okay. Yeah, this is kind of what I was looking for, though.
So this is where I get that from?
I heard. So it says, while the 260-day ritual calendar was used for understanding individuals' fates, so they was trying to get into like what is it called? Divinations. It says the 365-day count tracked the passage of time and the seasons and the solar year. In Aztec culture, the distinctive seasons of a year were times for the different activities. So the Aztecs, they checked the time by a solar year. That's kind of, like I said, I'm not the coldest brother at this. I'm giving y'all just basic general information that I heard.
Hey,
Huh?
I ain't up on this like that either. But I was looking at something yesterday about like papal bulls and shit. What a papal bull is for the people who don't know, it's like a decree that the was it Romans? I don't know, but the heathen they used to make a decree, which is like a say if you're a king and you make a decree, it's like a statement, like everybody got to do this or everybody got to do that, depending on what they wanted to address in the papal bull. So when they made this papal bull, one of the popes made it a papal bull to they enforced the Gregorian calendar. I was looking at this list of papal bulls that was made by different popes. Uh, some of the
I ain't,
popes, if y'all didn't
I
know,
ain't looked
back
at
in the
that.
day, was also so-called black men. Uh, but that's a different subject. But what's it called? Shalom, Marathias, Shalom.
Right, Shalom.
Uh,
Dan Antoine, Shalom King, been a minute. Hebrew daughter. Okay.
Shalom, unique.
Amanad made it through. Shalom. Get in the spirit.
But I forgot what year it was though. That's when they enforced the, it was one of the popes. They made a papal bull and it enforced the Gregorian calendar.
Papa, how you spell Papa Bull?
Papl.
Paple?
Nah, just Papl.
Bull?
Yes, Lord.
Okay. Shalom. Shalom, man. So, man, I'm gonna jump back in here before I dig a hole that y'all can't get out of. Like I said, I'm not that cold at this. It's a lot of information. You know, I think one of the reasons why, like real talk, you know what? We almost done with the Maccabees. Let's just go ahead and knock it out. Let's knock it out. Let's knock it out. Knock it out. It says the armies met in the battle of the 13th day of the month of Adar, and Nicanor's armies was defeated, and Nicanor himself was the first to be killed in battle. I remember how I got into all of this because Adar. I wanted to see what Google was going to relate that month to February, March. March. That's usually around around the time where we actually keep the feast or the day of Nicanor, and we have a feast. In let's just finish the chapter. I'm getting ahead of myself. It says, and when his soldiers saw that he was dead, they threw down their weapons and fled. Hey, I could start getting low. Yeah, they started getting low.
Get up out of there.
Hey, when you start hearing gunshots, what you do? You get low. You get
Uh,
low. It says they seen he was dead. They threw their weapons down and they got out of there. They got out of there. They started getting low. All you seen was elbows and ass cheeks.
Had a sick start.
Bro, you know how mighty brothers was back then. Just imagine niggas getting low, getting up out of there. They was probably swift. They was probably fast. Powerful strides, getting up out of there. Judas is coming.
Oh shit.
Judas is coming.
They had to get low by.
Retreat. It started getting spooky, man. I wouldn't want Judas chasing me.
He gonna catch you.
Bro, his name is Hammer.
He gonna catch you and beat you.
Bro, bro, he not taking. You think he taking men as spoils of war? No, bro, you're good as dead. You're dead. You're dead. He dead. Then he torching your whole city, burning it down. He was like that. It says the Jews pursued them all day long from Adassa to Gezer. As they followed, they kept sounding the call to battle on the trumpets. So they was chasing them. You got a group of Israelite warriors on your behind from a. I gotta see if Google got a map on this. Adassa to Gezer
Bro, it say he chased them all day long.
all day, all
What?
day. Let's see what we got.
Uh,
They're going Dasa. I need a Dasa and Gezer, bro.
chasing boys all day long.
All day long, bro. Look, bro, here go a Dasa.
Yeah.
Gezer, this can't be Gezer, bro. That's too far, bro.
He chased him. Is it mountains right there? He chasing. He chasing. Man, he
Bro,
tripping.
you know we had mountains. It was cracking in the mountains.
But he
Mount
chasing you through
Zion.
mountains and
You
forests.
hear me? Like we had a city of mountains, a city of hills. It was called the Hill County, the Hill City. That's what we look at this, bro. We building this is how it is, bro. We building cities on mountains. Like to get us, you gotta fight uphill. It's not gonna be good for you. You got people, and then we mountain it up even higher, bro, because you ain't going how you think. You're gonna need a ladder to besiege this. You're gonna have to come with it because we not coming out easy. We ain't going down easy. Bro, no way they chased him from Gezer or Adasa all the way to Gezer, bro. There's
Man,
no way, bro. Hey, the scriptures say it. The scriptures say it. Look, that's what it is, bro. Dang, they crazy. Imagine brothers just chasing you all day on a horse, and you trying to hide, but they know the land too good. It ain't going like that.
oh praises. Hey, I know they was having the best time doing it. Just really chasing them down.
Bro,
every,
look,
every
it
so
says
often you knock one down.
imagine tallying up the heads like, that's 18 for me.
Oh shit,
Look, it
bro,
says as
that's
they followed them, they kept sounding the call to battle on the trumpets. That's childish, bro.
they tripping on them.
They was tripping on them. They was
Oh,
tripping on them, bro. That's how we was getting down.
they, they was out
It
there
says,
banging on.
and from all the surrounding villages of Judea, people came out and attacked the fleeing enemy from the sides. Look at that.
So they was stepping on them. I'm still laughing about how they kept blowing the horn, bro. Like battle, like that's
Bro,
terrible.
imagine you breaking loose and you getting up out of there. You might even have a horse, and then you stop your horse to get tired.
Then
Horses,
they,
yeah, they got
then
stamina.
they,
And then out of nowhere, you hear the purge sound.
they, they coming again, bro. What the what? Oh
Tired, bro. Your heart beating through your chest. You already threw your weapon down. I mean, why is they still attacking?
you retreated.
We waved the white flag like y'all win. Why are you still? It says you got brothers popping up out of the cities just attacking you. They wasn't even in a war. You probably got a farmer, a man who work in the vineyard. He pop out and he trying to get you out of nowhere. Nobody's safe. It says this forced them back toward the Jews who were chasing them, and all the enemy were killed in the fight. Not one of them survived.
Oh, that's right.
Kwam Yasharala, bro. Kwam Yasharala. He shouldn't ever spit on the priest. That's where he really messed up.
Where you tricked it off,
That's where he messed up. He spoke proudly. He should have considered in his heart.
bro. He should have thought about that, bro.
Now you
Now
got
I'm
the
really trying
priest.
to get
You got
you.
the priest praying to
Oh
kill you.
man,
You think the Lord ain't hearing that? You got Judas Maccabees trying to get you. He throwing up prayers. That's not going good for you, bro.
yeah.
It says the Jews took the loot and then cut off Nicanor's head and his right arm. Look at that. They cut his head off, cut his right arm off, cut off his head, and cut his right arm off. I hear a lot of brothers, the elders, cutting off a man's head is symbolic for stuff. Cutting off his right arm is symbolic. The head, that's a normal thing we see, but why the right arm? I'll kind of give you a synopsis of what I heard. The head kind of going into a man's mind and what he was thinking to do. They were saying, Gracias, can you set it right here for me? Gracias. Woo. Did you taste the bread? I did not. Okay. All right. So the head, I hear a lot of the elders say, the head, they cut off his head because of the nasty thoughts and the things that he imagined to do to the Israelites. And they cut off his right arm because that's your power hand. That's your strong hand majority of the time, speaking in majorities. The right hand is your strong arm, and that's what you use to carry out actions. Your hands, your arms. So they cut off his head. That represents the imaginations and the thoughts that he had, the schemes and the plots, and his hand is what he was going to use to carry out those things. It says, which he had extended so arrogantly. So it says that he extended his hand out arrogantly. It says they brought his head and his arm to be put on display outside Jerusalem. Look at the Israelites, bro. They really like that. They put this man's head and his arm on display. On display. Everybody who came by and seen this probably just took a fat chug of wine. Probably got excited. Did a toast. I know I would have. Let me, Malachi, the captains, the officers, all the soldiers, we be like, bro, we'll pour up to this. I'm not even gonna lie to you. We all get a shot, we all get a cup of wine, and we'll chug it because Nicanor dead. We would have did it. We gonna do it. Right. I believe we're gonna celebrate this day in February. But it says there was great rejoicing among the Jews. They set that day aside as a special excuse me. There was a great rejoicing among the Jews. They set that day aside as a special day of celebration and decreed that the 13th day of Adar should be observed as an annual day of celebration. There was peace in the land of Judea for a little while. So kind,
Yeah.
man. We actually, y'all get to celebrate this. If y'all want to celebrate it with SOJ through the spirit, we're gonna keep ours like February. If I look at the calendar, I was looking at it earlier. February 12th, we're gonna celebrate the destruction of Nicanor. We're gonna turn up. We're gonna turn up. We're gonna turn up. So yeah, that's we read a little chapter, broke some bread. All praises to the Most High, man. All praises to the Most High. Day 6 came to an end. We're entering to day 7. Day 7, man. Day 7. Sheesh. Day 7, man. All praises to the Most High God, man. We still got some time to turn up, man. Hey, I don't know why people be like Shalom Baruch. I don't know why people be thinking like once you get into the Bible, you can't have fun, you can't turn up, like you can't drink, you can't, have fun. Like it's absolutely madness. Like, bro, I can't think of one holiday in America where you have to turn up for 8 days. Is it one in America like that?
Man, America is about wickedness, man. They wouldn't think of nothing like that.
Really though. Bro, we got feast days that last 8 days long, bro. Where you commanded to be happy and turn up. Hey, Ty's asked a decent question. I like this question. In the kingdom, is it going to be a holiday or a holy day when we destroy Babylon? Before I bring out
Mhm.
what I'm gonna bring out, what you think, Malachi?
Uh, I think so, but I can't prove it.
Okay. I would say the same thing. I would like to think so. and I'll show you the scripture I got on why I think so. Let's go to Jeremiah 16 and verse 14. So it says, therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. So no one's going to be talking about how the Lord delivered us from Egypt. You know, every year we celebrate the deliverance from Egypt. It's called the Passover, right? You can read about that in Exodus 12. When the Lord delivered us out of Egypt, he sanctified a day, called it the Passover, right? And you got unleavened bread following that. He made a whole feast day for a great deliverance. A great deliverance, you know. So let's keep reading. Because he said no one's going to be talking about that no more. It says, but the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from all the lands whither he had driven them. And I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers. Now the land of the north. So let's get another map. You got to understand stuff. The scriptures is manifold. Let's get Israel. You know what? Let's get Mesopotamia. I'm going to get ancient Mesopotamia. This is why it's good to understand, you know, a little bit of geography. I'm not the best brother at geography. Y'all going to find out I'm not the best brother at a lot of stuff. Let's see here. You know what I do? I'll type in ancient Babylon. Let's see what they pull up. Pull up. They city's kind of cracking. So you got it right here, the Euphrates. That's kind of real ancient, though. I want something a little bit after that. Okay, this a kind of work. Man, shoot. Sheesh. Okay, this is it right here. This is what I want. So you got the land of Israel right here, right? Land of Israel. The Babylonians, they end up taking over the land of Israel in like 2 Kings 24, right? You can read about it. The whole book of Jeremiah is over the Babylonian Empire, how we are going to go in captivity for 70 years. The book of Daniel is talking about the Babylonian Empire. You know, it's other brothers too. But what I'm trying to show you is that this is our land. Now, north is up here. North is up. South is down, right? So when it says the land of the north, right? Now let's go back to the precept so I ain't got to paraphrase too much. It says we're not going to be talking about Egypt no more. We're going to be talking about how he delivered us from the land of the north and from all the lands where he had driven them. It says, and I will bring them into the land that I gave unto their fathers. So this is the land of the north, right? This is the land of the north. Everyone's going to stop talking about how he delivered us from Egypt and start talking about how he delivered us from the land of the north. Now you got to understand the scriptures. You got to understand the scriptures. The scriptures is everlasting, right? The scriptures are excellent. So this is Job 11. I'm going to get it in the KJV. I'm in the GNT right now. Bear with me. So Job 11:6. It says, and that he would show thee the secrets of wisdom. So he's going to show you the secrets of wisdom. It says, and that they are double to that which is. So the secrets of wisdom are double to that which is. Right? The scriptures are double to that which is. So you'll see a scripture and it can have another understanding or a deeper understanding than just what it's saying on the surface level, right? That's why you see with Proverbs, like Proverbs, Psalms, you can see things can have a physical meaning, then it can have a spiritual meaning. It can be talking about, it can go in deeper. The scriptures are deep. The scriptures are deep like that. Let me grab another one. Jeremiah always pull out this. I know it's in Sirach. Yikes, this Sirach, maybe like in the 30s. Bear with me. Maybe 39. Yikes, man. Where is it? That's bad, man. Is it 30? It's another scripture that kind of say the same thing that I just brung y'all. I know I got it in here, man. Bear with me. Now it's bigger than this, man, because next time I need the precept, now it's bigger than that, bro. You get where I'm coming from? When you can't find a precept, now it turned into,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta find it.
Now I'm not gonna stop till I find it now.
It ain't going like that. Okay, I found it. Sorry, 34. 34. See that? This is why it's important to mark up your Bible, man, and make it. Because I knew I had highlighted it in my new Bible. And I know it's in Sirach, like the 30s. So, if it's highlighted, I remembered it was on this side of the page. I can find it. Did I click on 34? Okay, 33. Forgive me. And Captain Jeremiah be pulling this precept down. So, Sirach 34, 33, 33 and 15. It says, so look upon the works of the Most High, and there are two and two, one against another. Right? The scriptures are two and two, one against another. You can have something saying, bro, Israelites naturally they do this all the time. They say, what's a proverb? What's something a rapper would say?
I'm drawing a blank right now, bro. Hold on. You talking about like a metaphor or something?
Yeah.
I don't want to bring. I don't want to bring out nothing worldly.
You know what, bro? We could just go to an actual proverb.
Proverbs is hot, man.
Yeah, I can just go to an actual proverb because things have deeper meanings. Like, let's see. Let's go to Proverbs 19. I'm still in the GMT. I'm gonna go into the KJV.
That's what I'm gonna go. Yeah.
We'll go to I might go to 20. I might go to chapter 20. Yeah, I'm gonna go to chapter 20. I think it's one that I might want to go into, like 20 and 18, I think. Talking about war. Hey, you remember you sent this to me at
What?
Proverbs 20 and 5. It says,
Yeah.
counsel in the heart of a man is like deep water, but a man of understanding will draw it out. You remember saying that?
Yeah, I sent that to you
It
because you
was
be on.
hot. So we got to
Yeah.
get up some understanding on this. It says, counsel in the heart of man is like deep water. So the counsel and a man's mind you, this is already deep like this. When the Bible says heart, more often than not, when it says heart, it's not talking about the muscle that pumps blood. It's actually talking about your mind. Why do I say that? You'll see from this scripture. It said, counsel in the heart of man is like deep water. When you give a counsel or advice to someone, the advice is given, you give it to them from your mind, from your brain, and they receive it and it goes into their mind or in their brain, not to their heart. Your heart serves one purpose, to pump blood throughout your body. Your heart don't think. Your heart don't have understanding. You see what I'm saying? It says the heart of a man is like deep water. So whenever you go into a man's water, it's like deep water. It's deep water. You can drown in your mind. People say, I'm drowning in my sorrows. You got to actually have understanding of what they're saying. It says, but a man of understanding will draw it out. So a man like Tahawan, this is perfect. Shout out to Officer Tahawan.
Yeah.
Officer Tahawan, his name is Tahawan Mayam. Now, Tahawan means deep, and Mayam is the Hebrew word for water. So here's Tahawan Mayam in the water. That's perfect. And it's crazy because if you really get to know Tahawam, you'll learn that he's one of the most intelligent brothers in our camp, but he don't speak a lot. But if you really talk to him and get that water out of him, you're gonna find out
Bro.
that the waters that he have in his mind, the information, the understanding he have, it goes deep. It's deep. It's like a
Hey,
deep well.
look, you can be having a cool, calm, collected conversation with Dawan, bro. Out of nowhere, bro, he'll pull out a golden jewel or something, bro. Like, what? You knew this the whole time. Like, bro,
He like
he crazy, man.
he really like that. It says so. Tahawam, he doesn't speak. Um, I admire him because he holds his peace. He knows when to speak, when not to speak. He really, I don't know how he did this, where he learned that. If he just came equipped with that in his spirit, or if he learned this over time. But he knows when to talk. He knows when not to talk, and it makes you. Whenever you have someone who has information, but a lot of times they not opening their mouth, it makes you want to hear what he says. So whenever Tahawam say something, a lot of times brothers shut the hell up. A lot
Yeah.
of times everybody just listen to what Tahawam has to say. You're gonna find out Tahawam one of the mightiest brothers out here. Oh man.
Man.
Um, so his counsel is like a deep water, but it says a man of understanding, he knows how to draw it out. Just like whenever you drawing water out of a well or out of the ocean, you got to get a bucket, you got to get in there, and you got to work for it. So if you end up dealing with Tahawam, if you have the pleasure and opportunity to talk to him, be more ready to hear. And you might have to lure understanding out of that man because he know how to be tight lipped. Man, we got some funny stories about Tahawam and how tight lipped he is. I remember this one time, Malik. I think this was before you was around. Before you was around, we had the group chat cracking. We had the group chat cracking. I'm gonna get back to your question, Taz, because there was a method to my madness. I was going somewhere, and in the group chat, we see Dahwan reading every message. Because on Facebook Messenger, it'll show you when somebody read it. Their little picture will pop up.
Yeah.
And he was reading every single message. And we like, why the hell ain't he saying nothing? And brothers is like atting them and like, at Dahwan, like, say something. and then he'll pop up that he read it, bro. This was going on for hours. Bro, he was doing this for hours, bro. Hours. It was a trademark. It was a trademark joke. He was reading the conversation for hours, but not saying nothing. I think he finally said something like hours deep, bro. Because SOJ used to be known for like our camp. Everybody used to have everybody was up late at night. It'd be 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m., and we all awake, just talking shit, going through precepts, cutting each other, just building off each other, cracking jokes, really spending time with each other. I think a lot of brothers worked overnight. So everybody was up. And Thahawam is always up. He is a night owl. Like SOJ really night owls, or we used to be. And he reading every single message, but he's not saying nothing. I added him. Hezekiah added him. Aharon. Everybody is trying to get him to say something, bro. He would just read it. It was crazy, bro. Everybody was dying that night. Y'all gotta jump in this chat, man. Meditation station be cracking sometimes. All right, going back to where I was going. So it tells you that we're not gonna be talking about the deliverance of Egypt. We're gonna be talking about how he delivered us from the land of the north. Now, you got to understand that the scriptures are double to that which is the land of the north. This is the land of the north. You got North America. I don't like how they got it going right here. I want the one that say North America, but they not really dealing with me right now. Look, here it is. Here it is. North America and South. Maybe they'd deal with me. Here we are. So no one's going to be talking about how we was delivered from Egypt. They're going to be talking about how we was delivered from the land of the north, right? The land of the north, right? I got another precept for y'all, right? I'm going to read this one again. It says, but the Lord liveth that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north and from all the lands whither he had driven them, and I will bring them again into the land that I gave unto their fathers. Now, I want to say this precept is in Zechariah 2. I got to bear with me, man. It's been a minute since I pulled these out. Okay, perfect. Now I got to grab this other supporting precept so y'all can really just understand what I'm trying to teach y'all right now. It's a classic chapter in Psalms. Watch this out. You heard me break this down before, right?
It depends what you're finna go into.
Okay, I got you. So for y'all to understand what I'm going to teach, you gotta already have an understanding of this. So the topic that we're dealing with is I'm proving how in the scriptures, the land of the north is talking about America. In the scriptures, a lot of times the land of the north is referring to Babylon, which is north of Israel. But you got to understand that the scriptures speak as multiple meanings. The things are deeper and double to that which is. So whenever we read, now we even know this. If you're just now getting here and you're new to the truth, you're new to this information, what we call America, what do we call America?
Babylon.
We call it Babylon. Now, when you go into the word Babylon, you're going to understand something. Y'all going to get some. The root word goes back to Babel. Now, let me show you what Babel means. Babel means confusion.
Hey, Babel is what we was when we was looking at that damn leap year and whatnot.
Yeah, that was confusion. Confusion. So Babel means confusion. Confusion. So here in America, There's a lot of confusion. Now it's more to it. It's more to it. And I need y'all to get a good grasp of this. It's kind of like an overview of this information. Maybe one of these other days, the spirit will have me go into it more deeper. So when you read 137, I'm gonna fly through it. I'm gonna fly through it. I got a little time. I got a little time. Let me make sure brothers in here. Okay, Khan. We got some brothers in here. We got some brothers in here. Okay, let's check this out. This is some deeper information, right? Y'all don't really see me go over deep stuff like that. So it says, by the rivers of Babylon, there we sat down, yet we wept when we remembered Zion. We hanged our harps upon the willows in the midst thereof. For there they that carried us away captive required of us a song, and they that wasted us required of us mirth, saying, sing us one of those songs of Zion. So this is us being carried away as slaves into Babylon. Oh man. So we mourning, we're sad, we're upset, we're going into captivity as slaves. But they said, even though we take you into slavery, sing us one of them songs. Sing us one of them songs of Zion. One of them hymns. Let me hear that. I like how that sounds. Sing it anyway. I don't care if you sad. I don't care if you mad. Sing the damn song. Sing the damn. That's what they required of us. They made us sing the songs of Zion when we're being led away captive from Mount Zion. You see what I'm saying? It says, how shall we sing the Lord's song in a strange land? If I forget thee, O Jerusalem, let my right hand forget her cunning. So he's saying, if I forget about my homeland, let my right hand not be able to work, right? Because your right hand is your strength. Cunning goes into work, the craft. So he's just telling you, if I forget who I am and where I come from and what I represent and who my God is, let me forget, how to do my work. Let my right hand let me forget those things. It says, if I do not remember thee, let my tongue cleave to the roof of my mouth. If I prefer not Jerusalem above my chief joy. So he's saying, if I don't remember who I am and my homeland, let me be dumb. Let me not be able to speak. It says, now this is where we get into. It's a quick chapter, only 9 verses. So this is what they said. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem. So this is what they said. Remember the Edomites. If you don't know who Edom is, it's the white folks, it's the Europeans. Remember the white people in the day of Jerusalem. The day of Jerusalem is when we were getting attacked by Babylonians. Now, Babylonians are Hamites. They dark melanated people. So why is he saying remember the Edomites? Let's keep reading. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. So Esau had a part whenever we were getting attacked by damn Babylonians. The Edomites was helping them burn our temple down. They said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. So they turning the damn Babylonians up, putting their hands in stuff that they should not have put their hands in. So watch this. Watch what the Bible calls Edom now. He said, remember the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, because they said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed. So now the Bible will refer to Edom, to Europeans, in a code word. And the code word is daughter of Babylon, because they was following Babylon, because they supported Babylon when they was destroying the Israelites. So a code word for Edom is the daughter of Babylon. You see that? Did that make
Then
sense?
it's who art to be destroyed. Yeah, that made sense. And this also says who art to be destroyed. And we know who's gonna be destroyed in the end, man.
Exactly. Who art to be destroyed. Happy shall he be that rewardeth thee happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us. So we're gonna take joy in destroying them because they destroyed us. That's divine retribution, as Deacon would say, Deacon Sakari. It says, happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones. So we're actually going to dash their babies. We're going to destroy them. That's what they did to us. Karma is a B word, right? The Bible does not have the word karma in there, but the understanding and the concept of karma is all throughout the Bible. You reap what you sow. The Lord said the judgments of God is like a ring. What goes around comes around. That's the concept of karma. Now, the word karma is not actually in the Bible. You can't find it in there. But the concept of what goes around comes around, that's definitely all throughout the Bible. So I'm giving y'all some more information. So a code word for Babylon is, or excuse me, the code word for Edom is the daughter of Babylon. The daughter of Babylon. The daughter of Babylon. Now watch this. When we go over here to Zechariah 2 and 6, man, this is why you got to be fluent in precepts and in the Bible, because there's no way you're going to read the Bible, read a damn scripture of the day, verse of the day, and get the understanding. There's no way. You have to be taught the Bible. You have to read the Bible. You have to be in the Bible a lot. It says, Zechariah 2 and 6, it says, ho, ho, come forth, flee from the land of the north, saith the Lord, for I have spread you abroad as the four winds of heaven, saith the Lord. So he said, come forth, flee from the land of the north, saith the Lord. Hey, I have scattered you abroad as the four winds of heaven, saith the Lord. So we know that the Israelites are everywhere on earth. They're everywhere, but a large portion of Israelites is in the land of the north. They're in the Americas. It says, deliver thyself, O Zion. Look at this. Deliver thyself, O Zion. So he's saying, deliver yourself, Israelites, that dwellest with the daughter of Babylon. You feel that the dots connecting? They
Hey,
connect.
you know what hit me?
What?
Come out of her, my people, that you be not partakers of her sins.
That's perfect. And I'm going to actually go there. So he said, deliver yourself, the ones that are with the daughter of Babylon. We know that the daughter of Babylon are Edomites. We just read that. Now I'm going to show you what you just paraphrased. And that's exactly, because when it says deliver thyself, can we actually deliver ourselves out of America's hands? No. Like, even if we go to somewhere in Africa, Africa has a lot of European customs now, and they're being controlled by the democracy that America set up. I mean, America got their grafts all over everyone's hand, even all the way in China. I mean, they got some of their customs, but a lot of people, bro, I was just watching this. You remember what was this, last week or the week before you was over here, and I was watching some video about Koreans?
I think so.
You was kind of dozing
Oh,
off.
yeah, I think you showed me though. You showed me the video.
I did show you a little bit. And why I was watching it, because it was very informational. And this, dudes were interviewing random bystanders on the streets, like Koreans. Like, how do you view foreigners? An interchangeable word for foreigners in Korea is the white man, Europeans. That's usually, they're not usually, whenever foreigner pop up in a Korean man's head, they're not thinking about Jakes. They're not thinking about Israelites. They're not thinking about Latinos. They're not thinking about Native Americans. They're thinking about white men. Whenever they think of an interracial marriage in Korea, they always want it to be with a white man, a European. They got their
Damn.
grass all over the entire world. And a lot of Koreans want actual interracial marriages with white men.
That's
A
a
lot
lot
of,
you.
go ahead,
What
King.
precept was that in Zechariah?
Zechariah 2 and 6.
Uh,
So
uh,
check this out. So all throughout Revelation, you'll see it's talking about Babylon the Great. Look at this. This is kind of the what do they call it? Like what they're titling what the chapter is about. I can't think of what that's called. But it says
uh,
Babylon is fallen. That's what this is going into. Now we know through the spirit who Babylon is, where Babylon is, and what it's about. It's talking about the Europeans because Babylon birthed the daughter of Babylon, which is Esau. When you read Jeremiah, man, it's so many precepts that we can go into before the sake of time and getting this point across. Because the brother asked a direct question. I'm kind of just, taking my time floating through the scriptures, giving some more understanding. So check this out. Revelation 18. All right, I'll start at 1. It says, and after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was and the earth was lighted with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. So he said, Babylon is fallen, and it's a habitation of devils, nasty, foul spirits, abominations, unclean things. And we see that America, it's falling, and it is just a whole bunch of wickedness and madness and evil things going on here. It says, for all the nations, meaning everybody on earth, have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. So fornication is going into a unclean sexual act. And this is really spiritual if you got ears to hear. All the nations are starting to move how America moves. They're legalizing a lot of things that should not be legal. Pedophilia, homosexuality, bestiality. The list goes on and on and on and on. So all of the nations have drunk of her wine. And once you drink too much wine, what do? You're not thinking right. Your reaction time is off. The strength that you had, you don't have it. Whenever you see a drunk man wobbling and falling everywhere, he's not in his right mind. His strength is gone. And all of the world is decaying and waxing weaker and weaker because of the wine of America. It says, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. So a lot of people are doing business with America, because it's about money. America is just a business, right? It says, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, that you receive not of her plagues. So the angel is crying out to the Israelites saying, look, you got to come out of America. You got to come out of America's mindset, that ideology. What's one thing that America pushes? Happy wife, happy life. You got to come out of her. You got to come out of America. In America, they program you to teach your kids that's, a big fat white dude is coming down the chimney and you're going to receive presents. You got to come out of all of these ideologies. Christianity, that's an ideology that you got to come out of. That's a philosophy that you got to come out of. They teaching that the Messiah, the savior of the Israelites, is a white man. That's not what the scriptures say. The scriptures plainly say that the Messiah is a black man, but it's a reason to that. They want you to look at them like they're gods, like they're better than you. You got to come out of that philosophy and that ideology. It says, why? Because her sins reached up unto heaven, and God have remembered her iniquities. So the Most High God remember all of their sins, all of their wickedness, everything that they done. It says, reward her even as she have rewarded you, and double unto her according to her works, in the cup which she have filled to her double. So basically just going into you get a good reward whenever you're doing good. You get a bad reward whenever you're doing bad. And their cup is almost all the way full. They're not going to be able to handle the correction and the ass whooping that the Most High is going to lay on them. They're not going to be able to, they're going to die because it's just, bro, the Most High knows that, a just man falleth 7 times. You do good and then you might mess up. You do good, then you might mess up. You do good, then you might mess up. But you always get back up and you do good again. It's not like that with Edom. It's not like that with the daughter of Babylon. They mess up all the time. They just being wicked, more wicked, wicked, and more wicked, wicked, and then more wicked, and then more wicked. They act like they doing good and they doing something good, but the whole time they're being wicked. So the Most High God got a fat judgment for them, a very, very big judgment for them, right? A very, very big judgment for them. But like, you got a closing precept or anything you want to bring out?
Let's see, man.
Let's see, let's get it. I wasn't even trying to be on here for 2 hours, but the spirit was, so that's what we on, man. So to answer the brother's question, I do believe that we're going to be celebrating the deliverance, um, the deliverance out of America. Mm. She said she reading a story called Dante Inferno. To sum it up, he traveling through hell, and if you don't convert to Christianity, you're gonna be stuck in limbo. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I heard about that. I actually need to freshen up on that.
I think they got a game about that.
Right?
But look,
I believe they do.
hey, you
Go
feel like breaking something down?
Nah.
Come on, I get in the spizzy.
I don't got it like
Bro, I ain't finna pull out nothing crazy. It's a little proverb, bro.
okay, come.
It's Proverbs 20, chapter 21 and verse 21, and I'm gonna read the 22. It say, "He that followeth after righteousness and mercy findeth life, righteousness and honor."
Bro,
So
you can
boom,
break that down, bro.
bro. I want you to break down 22. Look, I'm hold on. But really though, he that followeth after righteousness and mercy findeth life, righteousness and honor. So we know if you want everlasting life, keep the commandments. And we know that our righteousness is the keeping of the commandments. Of course, we gotta have faith in Yahweh Shah, but we gotta keep the commandments. That's our righteousness. And honor, this precept is basically telling if you follow after the righteousness, you're gonna be honored. You're gonna receive honor, you're gonna receive righteousness, you're gonna receive life. But look at verse 22. It says, "A wise man scaleth the city of the mighty, and casteth down the strength of the confidence thereof."
Yeah,
Uh, I can feel it, but I can't explain it, man.
read it one more time.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 21 and verse 22. It says, "A wise man scaleth the city of the mighty, and casteth down the strength of the confidence thereof."
Come. So a wise man, he's going to analyze, and it says scaleth the city. Scaleth goes into like measuring and analyzing a city. A wise man, he can analyze and he can look at something, he can understand it, and then he'll know how to solve a problem. He'll know how to put things where they need to be. A wise man, he'll scale the city. He'll see the strength of a city, and he'll know how to attack or break down a city or how it's going to fall, this, that, and the third. That's what a wise man can do. He can articulate that. He'll know how to bring that down. And through the power of the Most High God, America, we're scaling America. We're measuring America. We're watching
Yeah,
America. We're being vigilant. We're watching America like a young lion, like a young lion,
man.
like a young lion. And we building up the pride. We're protecting our pride. And when the right time, when the time, a lion strikes when the time is right. Any cat, any prey, they attack when the time is right. So Lord willing, brothers are measuring and scaling these cities, scaling America, watching, being observant like a young lion that's seeking a prey. We got our hands up.
Hey, look, you gotta swing your sword though, man. Your sword is the word of God, man. It's a battle out here.
Yeah, and that's
Your
really
sword is the word of
America.
God.
America don't understand the gravity. No, you know what's crazy? Like they do. They see what we doing, but there's nothing they can do about it. There's nothing they
Uh,
can really do about it right now in this moment. They haven't done nothing about it right now. You got they try and do little stuff and say that we black identity extremists. Whole time, this isn't about color. This isn't about black people. It isn't just about Negroes. You got Native Americans, Latinos, but what they're trying to do is attack us and say that we're black identity extremists and terrorists. That's them trying to and attempting to tear down and put us in this bad light, like we're really just terrorists. We haven't hurt anyone. We haven't killed anyone. They try and label us with certain deaths, but we know that far more greater evils and greater persecution is coming to the ones who truly serve the Most High God, and not only ones that serve the Most High God, the ones who don't. The evils and the terrors that the Most High is going to bring on you if you don't serve Him is going to be unreal. It's going to be unreal. But it's a time and a place for everything. So all praises to the Most High, man. We finished day 6 of Feast of Dedication, at least where I am located in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Um, you know, we getting it cracking, man. We're getting it cracking. All praises to the Most High, man. I hope y'all enjoying y'all Feast of Dedication. I hope y'all enjoying the series of the Feast of Dedication and getting some edification on the Book of Maccabees. Man, if you don't do nothing else, and man, try and stay in a good spirit, maintain your spirit, man, because there's a lot of demons out here who are trying to take you out of the spirit so you don't serve the Most High God effectively. But we not ignorant of Satan's devices. We see and we watch and we see everything he's doing. You know.
uh,
So you got a closing precept.
hey man, have your faith on you, man. That's your shield, man. Have that sword on you, man. The word of God, man.
Con. So we're gonna end it with Sirach chapter 43 and 30. And it says, when you glorify the Lord, exalt him as much as ye can, for even yet will he far exceed. And when you exalt him, put forth all your strength and be not weary, because you can never go far enough. So with that, enjoy the rest of y'all evening. Have a blessed day. Stay in the spirit. Shalom.
Wow.
Con.